I originally tried to post this on Keek, but the API is giving back error messages right now, and frankly, it's a really siloed community. So I'm there because a lot of my friends are, but it's one of those things that I don't understand. It's a lot easier to just upload this to YouTube rather than to Keek, and quite frankly, YouTube is then embeddable and shareable, and it's not siloed nearly the way Keek is. But enough online social video network ranting about politics, and let me get to the project at hand. So this is the glue gun rack. I just finished sanding it. After finally cutting in this curve, that's what I just did, because these two pieces had been completely shaped and sanded before I attached them. Actually, the top surface here had been sanded before I attached them, because I knew we wouldn't be able to get into some of these inside corners and things, so I wanted to pre-sand it. So I installed these, and then I took a power rasp, actually, the cut tool blade on my 4.5-inch grinder, and shaped this edge, and I shaped it right into these edges. I'll take the phone a minute to focus. So there it is, shaped in. So I had to resand these edges in their entirety, but now it's blended and perfectly fit in. So once I was done shaping it, I took a Rotex on speed 1 with 120 grit paper, and it makes the rasp marks disappear like that. Still does a little bit of shaping for you, and I finished sanding it that way. Then I went successively from 120 to 150 to 180 to 220, all on the RO90, the small little Rotex, though it was in random orbit mode. And then I switched to a 5-inch random orbit sander with a pad on the bottom to match these contours, and I did the whole thing at 220 that way. And once the 220 was done, I took out a hand sponge and did it 320 with that. So it's up to 320, it's done, it's completely sanded now. The next thing I'm going to do is start on finishes. I'm not sure when I'm going to get to that, but it's ready for finish now. So you can see here, it's the curved side. This edge here is still 90 degrees. The curve extends around the back, though the back is just a nice convex, gentle curve. It doesn't have the in and out that this long side does. And this face is completely flat. Some of the curves meet at different angles, but it's vertical here, and here is all completely flat. So it's not quite the juxtaposition I had in mind, but what I was looking to do was play with having two sides be completely flat and the rest have this big curve shape to it. So it was an interesting experiment in shaping, and like I said, now we're ready for finish.